WAAY 31's Olivia Schuler joins us after talking to parents and school leaders about the precautions put in place today.
Nicole, Dr. Ed Nichols says school leaders and police leaders wanted to work together to ensure that faculty, staff, students, and their families felt safe on campus. Adding that added security on all of their campuses today was a way to make sure that everyone felt safe at class. It's the sound of laughter and joy that Superintendent Dr. Ed Nichols heard throughout the elementary school halls this morning.
I'm listening to those first and second graders and the end of the school year and the happiness.
There was only one scenario on his mind.
To think of the joy I was hearing, kids running up and high-fiving you, and to think that in a moment yesterday, in that little school, that all changed.
For parents, the deadly act of gun violence provoked a tough conversation. A conversation Gayatri Venkatraman never thought she'd have to have with her 8 and 10-year-olds.
And I wanted them to kind of be aware of what this is going on.
On Wednesday morning, Venkatraman knew there'd be a heavy police presence at her children's school. And for a moment, there was a sigh of relief.
That was very reassuring, and then we are very thankful for their proactiveness.
But in Uvalde, Texas, there was no time to be proactive. In a split second, an 18-year-old gunman killed nearly 24 children and 2 teachers.
Heartbroken. Just it's the worst nightmare, just ever.
How have you seen teachers respond after this incident?
There's a lot of anxiety. It's been a tough 2 years anyway.
Dr. Nichols says no matter where an act of gun violence happens, when it occurs in the walls of a school, it hits close to home.
It's in our family. If it happens to a teacher in Texas or California or New York or Georgia or anywhere, it's not our district, but it is. Because we know that feeling, parents, of a child, and then with those teachers and staff members, and so yeah, I think it makes everybody feel uneasy.
A new feeling of hesitation, not just for Venkatraman, but for thousands of parents, teachers, and students across our country.
It is shocking every time it happens. Unfortunately, this is not the first time it happened, but there's no reason for an 18-year-old to be having access to those kind of assault weapons.
Dr. Nichols says there's not student resource officers at all of the Madison City schools. He says it is something that him and the police chief are looking at right now. It comes down to issues of supply and demand, needing more police officers than they have. Reporting live in Madison, Olivia Schuler, WAAY 31 News.